Hey, what's up, y'all? It's popping this D. Boss reacts to this vid by Playback. It's titled, I Feel Bad for Jeffrey Dahmer. TikTok is a weird place. Apparently, chicks are over on the TikTok simping for Jeffrey Dahmer, for this weirdo, who is not even cute, might I add. I'm so confused at what y'all seeing. I did see a picture, honestly, on IG, and I was like, he don't look too bad in this picture. But then I seen several others, and he looked terrible. So I'm gonna go with the majority of the pictures I saw, and he's a mess. So what are we talking about? Anyway, let's see what they got to say to those ones.
This nigga was going around killing gay men, specifically gay black men, throughout the 90s, right? In the late 80s, early 90s in Milwaukee. The reason why he was doing it, because he's a fucking sick nigga. Now, people say that he might be it because he's racist, but I don't really think it's that. It's just that he was in a low income.
Stop saying y'all don't think. Y'all don't know. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. If people want to speculate, they can speculate that it might be. I don't trust it. I don't know. This was in the early 90s. That's around the time Rodney King occurred, so racial tensions were high. It's not a reach to assume that. Let's be clear. But stop saying, I don't think that's the reason. What evidence do you have to the contrary? Please let me know. What has this man said? Does he say that he fuck with black lives or something like that? What did he say specifically that makes you feel like, I don't think that's the reason? You just saying it just to say it? I don't understand that. I've seen that narrative many times on Instagram. I'm like, okay, what's your reasoning for thinking that? We have our reasonings for believing that it could be racially motivated. We have a laundry list of reasons why we could come to that logical assumption. You don't have any. It's just, oh well, he just lived in a black neighborhood. That's all you got.
I mean, and every single time people would complain about him, this nigga, like, nobody would do anything because he was white and they were black, and it was like at the peak of the HIV crisis with like Magic Johnson and shit like that. People didn't know. That's
one of the many reasons. Also, people think that it was racially motivated. Like, oh, people not gonna care. Black people go missing. Who would care? I could really get away with this. Like, come on. You just said it yourself, brother.
What was going on? So if you were gay, they were like, oh, you might have HIV, so I'm not about to go deal with this nigga at all because I might catch it. then also, not only did he kill them, he would like literally like make them like zombies. He would drill a hole in the back of their neck and put acid in there, reflect some things. And then after he would like let them like die for a second, he would then put their bones in acid to scrape off all the bones and shit, like the cartilage off the bone, and save the bones.
I think after he let them die for a second.
People would complain about the stench because he would just keep human body and flesh in his apartment, and they could smell it all throughout the apartment complex. He used to do a lot of crazy shit, bro. Like a lot of crazy shit. And then like he would get off. He would have an erotic fetish with like touching human flesh and playing with people's hearts and shit like that. Yeah, the nigga was nasty. I'm not joking either. And he would just kill black people and they said it's only 17 only, but some people feel like it's probably way more. In one of the episodes, he was kind of in a semi-relationship with this deaf black guy who was also gay, and like people felt like he would just like preying on some of the weakest links in in the community. He also did it to kids as well. Like he did it to a 14-year-old. Yeah, it was sick. So Netflix dropped a documentary on Jeffrey Dahmer. A lot of people have had some mixed feelings about him, unfortunately. You would think, especially with his face looking the way it is right now, that people would have a complete disgust and disdain for Jeffrey Dahmer. But for whatever reason, this is... What?
This is the slowest response.
Dexter was the limit. You watch the show Dexter?
No, I love Dexter.
Human bodies and shit.
Much worse.
And there was like this passion.
Yeah.
I like that's the peak of like fucking
insanity. He used to eat them too.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer used to eat them. He used to cook them and eat them too.
What you mean too? Don't play with Dexter. Dexter ain't never ate no niggas. So let's be clear. Let's not smear this man's name. let's not smear this man's good name, all right? And he only killed people who were terrible people. He killed like serial killers, and he killed like child molesters and shit like that. That's what Dexter did. He was making this world a better place. So let's not put him in the same category as Jeffrey.
It's actually very real. I know. It's like they had like all the bones of people in there.
Even though Dexter is completely fake.
He took pictures. That's the other thing I meant to tell you. He took pictures of them and kept them. And so he just had him in the drawer. If any point the police just went there to search his shit, they would have found him easily. But they never went inside his apartment complex. The reason why he got caught is because he was a black dude who he ran around naked and stopped in front of the police with handcuffs, and that's how they finally got him, because one of his victims was able to get away. So that is who Jeffrey Dahmer is. So and mind you, this is a 10-part documentary, and a lot of which are telling some of the stories of some of his victims as well. You would assume that finally when he died in episode 10, that you were like, oh my goodness, this is a great thing. He stopped, right? As you would think, right?
I haven't got past episode 5.
Someone killed him, you'd be like, goodness, he's done.
Yes, thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
He's dead.
He's done.
I wish worse.
But what ended up happening is that people are now having sympathy for him and romanticizing him.
No, this music gotta go. First off, that's not even the real nigga. That's the American Horror Story nigga. So maybe they just think he's cute. So I think that they could get a pass with that.
Shut it out. I'm not watching a TikTok edit of a serial killer. I'm not
That's
watching
the
it.
acting.
You make those for like soccer players.
No.
Football. No, you make those for like entertainers or like your family. Like for someone that you could love, you could potentially like, oh, I like that guy.
No.
Yo, a serial
Come on, bro, stop. Look at his receipt.
It's not even good form either.
Bro, just look at his receipt.
Come on, we're gonna celebrate.
Serious question. Is there something wrong with me because I high-key felt bad for Jeffrey Dahmer? Okay, so first things first, that whole documentary was like 12 out of 10. Like, that shit was fire. Coming from someone that likes, like, true crime shit, right? Now, throughout
There's an epidemic of people, primarily women, watching these true crime episodes, and it is influencing the way they see life to the point where they're coming out with really, really bad takes on things.
You saying something is fire after watching people lose their lives, like, man, that shit was so cold, dog.
Man, that shit was entertaining as fuck.
Man.
I
mean, so serious, chat. I had watched it for like, after episode 5 or 6, whatever episode that was with the death man, I had to like take a day break. I was like, I can't. I had to like pause for a second. This is a lot.
So why watch it in the first place? I'm about to rant at the end. I've already ranted enough in this video, so maybe I should shut the fuck up. But I'm gonna rant at the end about this, cause fuck out of here. Why you watching that all then? Get off your fucking high horse. I'm not just talking about him. I'm talking about everybody who.
Series is crazy, bro. Y'all binge watching this in 1 or 2 days. Y'all are crazy, bro. I had to stop for a second.
So
you better because it took you longer to watch.
Crazy, like that's so sad.
You still watched it.
That, like he did the way he did it. Like I was like, damn, like this shit is mad scary. Like that's so sad. But I was like fine throughout the whole thing because like I watch a lot of true crime, whatever. But bitch. When they killed Jeffrey, I was like literally teary-eyed. Like I got teary-eyed. I'm looking at my
shit off, nigga. Turn that off. You're fucking weird. There's no way you just said the murders, whatever. Whatever.
It was so sad.
It was so sad, but the murders, whatever, was
this
so sad.
This is contradicting. I found so many contradictions here.
Killer lost his life. Oh my God, I couldn't take it. Oh.
Yo, this is not real life.
No, you're.
So she can't have sympathy for a human life.
I came in this thinking I was gonna be a little neutral, right? What are you doing?
We're awake, right?
Yes. I came into this trying to be as neutral as possible because, to be fair, the way.
To be fair, I don't agree with her. I don't.
In a way, in almost like you come across as sympathetic, or at least it makes the story. It's a very well put together story, right? But I wasn't crying when this nigga died. It sounded like you weren't even crying for the other 17 people you watched die.
Bro, do we live in a simulation?
Like, oh my God, like, please don't tell me they killed him. Don't tell me he died. I'm looking at myself like, bitch, what? Like, what? For some reason, like, everything that he did that was, like, absolutely horrifying, just, like, out the window. I'm literally, like, looking to my side, and I'm like, please tell me they don't kill him. I felt so fucking bad. Like, I actually felt bad. Like, it was, like, ridiculous. I'm thinking to myself, like, you should not be feeling bad for this man. Like, but I deadass didn't want him to die. Like, I was kind of pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
don't trust this music. But how is this off the wall? What she's saying?
Well, this is actually worse than I thought, bro.
I'll tell y'all why I'm saying that at the
Is that
end.
him? That's him.
This video gonna be
It's
kind
him
of long
washing
because
blood off in his hand. That's what that was in the
I
beginning.
got a lot to say.
That shit he put in the cup is him drugging his next victim. Y'all niggas is sick, bro. I actually didn't know it was like this. This is actually very weird.
Is it that important to have like an anti-opinion? Like, can we all agree?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie.
All be able to agree.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I did not think it was this bad. I thought y'all were gonna like just say the character and the story was well written, and you have a bit more understanding for him. But like, nah, y'all sexualizing this man in the act of killing people.
I need to know what the psychology is behind me finishing the series and going, I kind of feel sorry for him. Basically, in the last episode, he gets murdered in prison and he's like really silent and he just like gets battered to a pulp. Like, I totally appreciate this man is probably like the worst of the worst. No, he is the worst of the worst. He is literally like Lucifer himself. Like, it's that bad. He's a cannibal. He's a sexual predator. He drugs people. He beats them. He dismembers them. He murders them. He tortures them. He eats them. Like, he keeps their body parts. Like, he is crazy. This man is crazy.
Why sound like somebody snoring? Am I tripping? What is that heavy breathing?
Really sorry for him. Like, oh my god. But in my heart, I'm like, I feel really sorry for you. I feel really sorry that you are that lonely.
Bitch, did your niggas sleep on the side of you? I'm
Also,
confused.
he wasn't lonely. Bro, what in the fuck? Bro, he was literally in an ongoing relationship in one of those episodes. He was not lonely. He was surrounded with several men all the time. He was not lonely. But the fact that y'all get... But this is and people think that this is the reason why they should not make series of like serial killers, because it forces people cannot discern mentally, they cannot contextualize mentally, they do not have the emotional intelligence to sit here and to acknowledge their feelings about something does not usurp the actual facts of it, or they walk away with something, especially when you make a serial killer the main character. You kind of like push aside the 17 other bodies and make them less significant than the actual person at the top, like who's actually killing him. What makes it worse is that in the series, it was pretty crazy. In the last 2 or 3 episodes of the series, when they finally caught Jeffrey Dahmer and put him in jail, bro, he was receiving love letters in jail. People got his story,
That happens a
and
lot
they just start
with
writing
serial
to him
killers.
like, "Oh my God, I love you so much. Can you sign me an autograph and send it back?" They were sending him money in jail, all that.
I don't even know what to say.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, I actually, this is actually much worse than what I thought it was. I did not know that there's people who were being to this level of sympathetic, and y'all making compilations of what this man was doing in the act.
Yeah, that's just stupid. Niggas are dumb, so I'm not taking this serious.
Bro, what is this?
But that's the
Anyone else see me
actor.
thinking Jeffrey Dahmer was hot? Nah.
When everyone is freaking out
Okay, yeah,
about how
she's
morbid the
weird.
new Dahmer show is, and you're just bummed they didn't show the actual morbid parts.
Bro, these
Ah,
are
yeah,
people who
bitch,
really
you-
lost their
now-
lives.
now
They're
you
real
weird. You took
victims.
it-
It's something
you took
that is
it too
very
far.
serious. You all like overlooking the
you're
fact
just
that
trying to be
17
weird.
people died in that documentary, and some of you all are obsessing and sexualizing a serial killer, or the fact that you are looking at families are actually affected by this, and y'all take away from it was, man, I just feel so sorry for Jeffrey Dahmer. It's crazy, and it's further proof that like there's certain things, even as an adult, some of you all should not be watching, just because y'all have a hard time emotionally contextualizing a lot of things and not being able. Yeah, like even as adults, like y'all niggas are not really thoroughly prepared yet to really be watching shit like this, because if you are only compassionate, or you were more compassionate about Jeffrey Dahmer than the actual victims, to the point where you cried when he died instead of like the actual victims, something is severely wrong with you. And you going to TikTok and asking, man, what is I'm just wondering about all my psychiatrist views out there, what is the thing called when I feel sorry for the serial killer but not the other people who died? What is that called? Bro, just go talk to somebody, nigga. Go see somebody, because you clearly are off mentally. Something's wrong with you. But yeah, I think it's very odd that like y'all found that as entertainment, like him chopping up people, 17 people died. Y'all like, oh, that's entertainment. But then y'all were like really just harped on your strings when he died. Like, that's when he's like, oh, my goodness. Man, let us...
I don't know what the takeaway is from this.
I'll be honest with you. That's what I'm about to say. I don't know what the takeaway is, man. Hey,
Here's the thing. I don't agree with nothing that she's talking about, and I think her wording is a little off. She does sound a little weird in how she's describing it, but I don't think that it's difficult to conclude why she feels the way that she feels. The way that the series is set up, they spend a lot of time detailing his upbringing and, you know, how he was as a child and why he was the way that he was, and his parents neglected him, abandoned him, and, you know, he was weird and awkward. People at school made fun of him. They didn't really fuck with him. He was quiet and, like, timid and, like, you know, so it makes sense that people would get attached to the character. Although this is based on real life, they should make that connection, and I guess they shouldn't feel sorry for him, but that's a whole nother topic, whether you should or shouldn't feel sorry for a person. But it makes sense that they would feel this way after watching over 10 hours of this nigga like on the screen. Like that's how movies and TV shows work. People get attached to characters. So I don't think that that's so bizarre or weird. I guess if you factor in that, oh well, this was based on a real story and he actually killed people, how could you feel sorry for a terrible person? But if you want to get philosophical with it, okay, we can argue that there are no bad people. Everybody is good at the core. It's just that some people have been through a lot of fucked up traumatic shit that has molded them into terrible people. So it's like, you can't really tell people they can't feel sorry for horrible people. It's like, you can be like, well, damn, what you did is fucked up. I do feel sorry for the victims as well, but I also feel sorry for you. Like, you never had a fighting chance. Look at your fucked up childhood. Look what happened with this. I feel bad for you. You know, you can still have empathy for those type of people. I think it's so weird to try to police who can have empathy for who. Like, if you want to have empathy for, victims, cool. That makes sense. But I don't think you should demonize other people for having empathy for villains or terrible people or killers or whatever the fuck. So that's how I feel on that. And I don't give a fuck about Jeffrey Dahmer, for the record. I don't feel sorry for him at all. He died. It's like, hey, you did what you did. You got what you got. I feel like justice was served. So this is not coming from a place of, oh, I can relate. I feel this way. I don't feel that way at all. I don't give a fuck about him. But it's just like, I just noticed the hypocrisy of it all. And especially when people will make the comment like, oh, well, how are you getting entertainment from this? I watched it too, but how are you entertained? Nigga, if you're watching it, that means you yourself are entertained. Fuck out of here. Like, he made the comment like, how could y'all just watch it in one sitting and binge watch it? Like, I needed to take breaks. I still watched it though. I was still intrigued, but I didn't watch it as quick as y'all. It's like, get the fuck out of here. That don't make no fucking sense. If you sat down and watched it and consumed this content, this sick content, you yourself are in the same boat as these other people who watched it and got entertainment from it. Like, get the fuck off your high horse. I can't stand it, because I've been seeing a lot of that on social media, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. If you were into it and watching it and eating popcorn, like, oh my god, ooh, he killed another nigga, ooh, he ate his heart, oh my god, that's crazy. You are entertained by the sick shit, so we are in the same boat. Shut the fuck up. I can't stand people, because I even made a reaction not too long ago, and a couple people like DM'd me like, I think that was so wrong what you said. What did I say in the vid? Oh, I said that the series was getting slow, because I'm still like on episode 5. I haven't even watched all of it yet. But I was like, it's getting slow. Let's get back to the killing. maybe that was a bad choice of words, maybe. But I stand by what the fuck I said. It's not entertaining. Episode 1 was really entertaining because it was like very fast paced, and he like killed someone the first episode, and it was like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? It went from that into focusing more, like I said, on his childhood and all of that, and I was just like, it's getting kind of slow. We're not showing the killing. So I guess it was so terrible that I was intrigued by that part of the documentary. But it's like, nigga, that is the whole point of this being a documentary. That is why it's interesting, or that's why it's number 1 on Netflix. People want to watch it because they're like, oh my god, this is so crazy that he's killing all these people, and look how he's killing them, and look what he's doing, and he's eating their organs. Like, oh my god, you're intrigued by the sick shit. You're watching it. What are we talking about? You not making no fucking sense. If there was no killing, would you watch this? No. If it was a documentary about a weird, awkward nigga walking around Milwaukee or wherever the fuck he at and just meeting people at bars and then going home and going to sleep, you would not watch it. Shut your ass up. You're watching it because niggas are getting killed. You're interested in that. So, get off your high horse. That don't make no sense. Shut up. I hate the internet. It's just so much hypocrisy. It's like, go to hell. It's so annoying. Anyway, I've ranted enough. I've said enough about this. Y'all let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.